This scenario represents a rare but documented type of skydiving emergency.
Modern parachute systems typically include an automatic activation device as a backup safety mechanism. The time from deployment failure to ground impact varies with altitude, but 1 minute represents an extreme low-altitude situation. Such emergencies require immediate execution of emergency procedures, which are drilled extensively in training.
Equipment malfunctions can result from packing errors, material fatigue, or entanglement.
Statistics show that modern parachute systems have multiple redundancies to prevent complete failure.
The human response in such situations involves both trained procedures and physiological stress reactions.
This type of emergency represents the worst-case scenario in skydiving safety protocols.
A skydiver's parachute malfunctioned at approximately 10,000 feet, initiating a catastrophic descent. This altitude is comparable to the cruising height of many commercial aircraft, providing limited time for response.
Terminal velocity for a human in freefall is typically around 120 miles per hour, creating immense physical forces. Survival in such scenarios depends on managing impact energy through body positioning and environmental factors. The skydiver executed a series of calculated maneuvers during the descent to alter trajectory and reduce velocity. These decisions involved real-time physics calculations about drag, rotation, and potential landing surfaces. The final approach targeted a specific type of terrain known to offer better survival prospects than alternatives. This case demonstrates how human cognition and physiological adaptation can function under extreme duress. A total parachute system failure involves both the main canopy and the reserve failing to deploy or function properly. Such dual failures are statistically rare in modern skydiving due to rigorous packing protocols and equipment checks. The remote jungle environment presented a unique set of survival challenges beyond the initial equipment malfunction. Dense foliage can complicate both the descent trajectory and any potential search and rescue efforts. This type of incident is categorized under aviation emergencies due to the aircraft egress and the regulated nature of the activity. Comparatively, survival rates in jungle environments depend heavily on preparation, available resources, and the speed of external response. The terrain below was not open fields or a drop zone, but a dense, mountainous rainforest, a landscape that typically offers no chance of survival in a freefall scenario. This setting is critical to understanding the sheer improbability of what happened next. We can break down the known sequence into a few key points, based on available reports and survivor testimony. Freefall into such terrain statistically results in fatal outcomes due to impact with trees and uneven ground. The rainforest environment presents multiple hazards beyond the initial impact, including isolation and difficult rescue access. Survival in these conditions defies typical patterns observed in aviation or wilderness incidents. The skydiver exited the aircraft at altitude, initiating the planned descent. He deployed his main parachute, the standard procedure for a safe landing. The canopy failed to open into its full, stable aerodynamic shape. This type of malfunction is often caused by line twists, where the suspension lines become entangled during deployment. Alternatively, a canopy malfunction can occur if the fabric fails to inflate correctly due to improper packing or a structural issue. Such failures, while rare with modern equipment, represent a critical phase where the jumper must act swiftly. The standard response is to attempt to clear the twists, or, if that fails, to deploy the reserve parachute. This scenario underscores the importance of equipment checks, proper training, and having redundant safety systems. The jumper cut away the malfunctioning main parachute, a standard emergency procedure. He then deployed his reserve parachute, the final safety system. The reserve also failed to deploy correctly. This failure was reportedly due to a packing error or damage. Parachute malfunctions, while rare, can stem from improper packing, line twists, or canopy damage.
He was now in freefall without a functioning canopy.
The terrain below was dense jungle. This created a scenario with minimal options for a safe landing.
In a survival situation, identifying usable natural materials can be critical.
Vine-like plants in tropical environments often possess strong, flexible fibers. These natural fibers have been used historically for cordage, shelter construction, and medical purposes. The tensile strength of certain jungle vines can rival that of manufactured ropes in specific conditions. This recognition represents a classic survival psychology pattern, assessing available resources under extreme stress. In wilderness emergencies, such quick environmental assessments can determine outcomes. The descent continued at terminal velocity, exceeding 100 miles per hour. During this rapid fall, the individual executed precise bodily maneuvers to alter trajectory. The target was a specific area characterized by a dense concentration of vegetation. This vegetative canopy, primarily composed of thick vines, was selected for its potential impact-absorbing properties. The final phase involved a deliberate impact strategy. Aiming directly for the thickest section maximized the chances of survival through energy dissipation. This approach utilizes principles similar to those in certain emergency landing or controlled crash scenarios. The strategy hinges on the canopy's ability to decelerate the body gradually rather than through sudden, catastrophic force. The layered branches and dense vines acted as a natural net, progressively slowing the descent. This gradual deceleration, rather than a single fatal impact, is a key survival principle. The phenomenon is known as deceleration trauma, spreading extreme forces over time and surface area. In falls, this mechanism can mean the difference between life and death by reducing peak impact force. Similar principles are observed in safety engineering, like crumple zones in vehicles. The aftermath of such an event involves assessing injuries from distributed trauma rather than a single blow. The fall through the dense jungle canopy resulted in severe injuries, including multiple broken bones and deep lacerations. Despite the trauma, the individual remained conscious and alive, a critical factor in wilderness survival scenarios. The immediate priority was applying wilderness first aid, a process of self-treatment under extreme duress. This involved stabilizing injuries to prevent further damage, a common challenge in remote survival situations. With initial treatment complete, the next phase began, navigating out of the remote jungle to find help. This journey itself became a multi-day ordeal, a test of endurance against pain, limited resources, and the environment.
Progress was measured in agonizingly slow increments, with each movement requiring immense willpower.
The primary mechanisms for survival in such cases are often basic: managing pain, maintaining direction, and conserving energy.
This pattern of initial trauma followed by a grueling self-rescue is documented in various real-world survival accounts.
The ordeal highlights the extreme physical and mental resilience required to overcome catastrophic injury in isolation. The dramatic image of a man sewing a parachute mid-air is a powerful simplification, not a literal account. This narrative device compresses complex, time-sensitive actions into a single, memorable moment for storytelling purposes. In reality, such a scenario would involve a rapid, sequential assessment and utilization of available materials under extreme duress.
The core truth remains an individual's attempt at improvisation during a catastrophic equipment failure. This pattern of myth building around survival stories is common, where extraordinary but plausible human action becomes legendary feat. Separating the verified mechanics of the event from its amplified legend is crucial for understanding what actually occurred.
In reality, his action was about targeting and grasping the natural environment to create drag and deceleration.
He didn't have time to weave a functional canopy.
He used what was already there as a biological crash mat. This survival technique is known as canopy piloting, or tree landing, in emergency situations. We also do not know the precise altitude at which the dual parachute failure occurred. His exact speed at impact remains undetermined, which is crucial for understanding the forces involved. The full, specific technical reasons for the dual parachute failure are not publicly documented.
Such investigations are often kept private for legal and proprietary reasons.
Dual parachute systems typically include a main canopy and a reserve, both designed to deploy sequentially. When both systems fail, the options become extremely limited for anyone in freefall. While the survivor's account is well documented, certain procedural details have been simplified in popular retellings.
The narrative often emphasizes the remarkable outcome over the exact, harrowing sequence of events during the fall.
This segment, from 6 to 8.5 minutes, focuses on the key lessons derived from the incident. The story provides tangible insights into survival psychology and the importance of preparedness. The central lesson is the demonstrated capacity for sustained problem solving under extreme stress. This psychological resilience involves assessing limited options and executing decisions despite overwhelming circumstances.
Such incidents highlight a common pattern where rational, step-by-step action prevails over panic.
The mechanics of survival often rely on this continuous, adaptive thought process more than on sheer luck. The skydiver's final moments demonstrate a remarkable cognitive shift from panic to problem solving. Instead of seeing the jungle as an inevitable threat, he assessed it for potential survival opportunities. This reframing represents a documented psychological response in extreme survival situations. The incident highlights the critical importance of equipment checks in high-risk activities.
Proper packing procedures and regular maintenance are non-negotiable safety requirements.
A double malfunction indicates a catastrophic chain of failures in the safety system. Such failures can result from mechanical issues, human error, or environmental factors. This pattern of equipment failure leading to survival challenges occurs across multiple high-risk activities. This principle applies to many documented survival scenarios. Water pressure increases dramatically with depth, creating a crushing force. Snow can provide insulation, trapping body heat in an emergency shelter. Dense vegetation in jungle environments can offer structural support. Survival often depends on recognizing these environmental properties quickly. This knowledge transforms seemingly hostile environments into potential resources. The will to act persists until all options are exhausted. This approach separates documented survival from mere chance.